Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name's Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Morning, Amy. How are we?
I'm okay. I sent you my 2 time hop haunting pictures today of my girls.
Friends, I'm going to be going to a court somewhere near Amy, and I'm going to file something. I don't know what that thing is. I'll ask Charlie what I need to file.
Mm-hmm.
To have her remove time hop from her phone. It is for her own good. It is
It's
for
rough.
her husband's good. It is for her children's good.
It's rough.
It is. It is. It was real cute, though.
It's cute. Wait till you hear on La Lu. Oh, you guys will have already heard it. Becca and I talk about being crybabies. And I'm finally embracing that label. I am a crybaby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You think?
Yep.
But Amy, I cried 2 times this week. 2.
Oh.
2.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
all
right. Do you want to tell me from when?
Sure. At the end of Dying for Sex.
I mean, who didn't?
Yeah.
Am I right that it has terms of endearment level?
It does.
Emotion.
I did not ugly cry because mostly I was holding it in because it was one of those, like, I knew if I started this.
Yeah.
And it was like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, I don't have time for a 4-hour crying jack. So we're not going to do this right now. But Todd was crying. I'm crying. We're both crying, sitting there. Did Timmy cry?
Timmy didn't watch it.
Oh, I thought Timmy did watch it.
I mean, he like caught it here and there, but he didn't watch those last 2 because I watched them in the tub.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. No. Todd
Timmy,
cried.
I could guarantee you would not have cried.
Okay. No, Todd cried. I cried. And then at the final song of seeing Stephen Page last night, he did Call and Answer. And
that makes sense.
Live music makes me cry.
Live music is very moving to me as well.
Live music makes me cry. And if y'all listen to the Real Talk where I talked about my favorite songs, Call and Answer is a song that means a great deal to me. It's very much a song that to me encapsulates how to support somebody who's going through a challenging time. And so I started crying and I made Charlie hold my hand.
Now, was Charlie crying?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I've seen him cry at live shows before, but no, this did not make him cry.
I'm trying to think, like, Timmy will cry if I'm crying. If something terrible's happened and I'm crying, Timmy will cry because I'm crying.
Oh, okay.
Or like if he sees his mom cry, he'll get, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
He's not a cry at TV kind of person.
I understand.
He reserves the crying for the real stuff.
I understand. Well, our kid left this morning to go to Disney.
Ooh, exciting.
It's finally the Disney trip.
Okay, all right.
So when you all hear this, he will actually be home. So listen to this. This is insane. So they fly out this morning. Okay, that's fine. They were on a 6:51 flight. They had to be at the high school this morning at 3 a.m.
Oh.
Neither Todd nor I were really sad that it is his Mother's Week.
Yeah.
Not a hard time.
Wow.
3 a.m.
Okay.
And then they fly and then they immediately have to go and perform.
Oh my God.
And then they get to go to the parks. Then they have to do another performance. And then the rest of the time is just park.
Okay.
There was Todd took him out yesterday because he needed some last minute toiletries. Disney is very particular about what people wear when they perform. So we had to go get him new shoes.
Okay.
Because normally he has to wear black shoes when he performs, but usually he wears like his docs. And no, Disney will not allow such shenanigans.
Oh, come on.
So they need to go get dress shoes, which isn't a bad idea for him to have dress shoes.
Fine.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't know if his feet are still growing or not. I don't know. I'm not in charge of his feet. He's very nervous. He's a kid with a lot of anxiety and he's real nervous. So hopefully
I think he'll enjoy this. This will be really good for him.
Once he gets there and gets into it with his friends, he will be fine. Todd was reminding me, look, he's traveled a ton because Todd used to travel a ton for work. So he used to take his wife and son with him all the time. So he's very comfortable in airports. He knows how to navigate hotels. So as I was telling Todd, I'm like, I'm sure there are kids for whom this is their very first flight.
Oh yeah.
On this. Yeah. So at least he doesn't have that. And Todd just last night as we were going to bed, he was just like, please let him have a good time. Please let him have a good time. Please.
Yeah. I think he'll have fun.
I think so too. He's there with his best friends.
He's in Disney with his friends.
And his couple of best friends are there too. And he's rooming with one of them. I'm like,
good.
He'll be fine. But
well,
there's a little anxiety in this home about wondering,
I understand.
parental anxiety.
I
Will he
totally
be okay?
understand.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, over here, we're fighting over a coupon.
Oh, what coupon are we fighting over?
So the girls want to get shorts for the
Okay.
summer. So
Sure, that makes sense.
I sent them to TJ Maxx with my mom a few weeks ago because she had her 20% off because she's retired from TJ Maxx.
Does she
So
have lifetime 20% off?
she gets a lifetime 10%, but
Oh.
every couple weeks they do a 20%, which
Oh.
is why my house is furnished
Oh,
by Home Goods.
sure, absolutely, makes perfect sense.
Yep. So she had her 20% like 2 weeks ago. So I sent my girls with her.
Mhm.
They came home and said, "We don't want anything from TJ Maxx. It's all old people clothes."
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm it probably is for them,
For
like,
them,
for them,
maybe.
yeah.
I don't know.
For me, it isn't, but for them, it
No.
is. I'm also, 33 years older than them, so that might be
So
part of
now
why.
so now they've decided that they can only get shorts at American Eagle because
Oh, sure,
they
sure.
can only buy $40 shorts.
Mhm,
So I said to them, I'll give you $70 each
mhm.
to get a couple pairs of shorts for yourselves. That's
Right,
all I'm giving you.
right.
Okay. So then I walk in the house. Timmy had brought the mail in, and there's an American Eagle coupon.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. And
god.
it's 20% off your purchase, $50.
Okay,
So I checked the girls because they don't get good reception in the mall. So I
okay.
checked their bank accounts to see if they've checked out yet. And they
Right.
have. And so, long story short, I call them, I send them the coupon, and my orders were go in and return what you got and get the
Mhm.
$20 back. Then it became a fight over um they should keep the $20.
Oh.
And I had to explain to my children how a coupon works. That the point of the coupon is to save the purchaser, which would be me in this case,
Right,
$20,
right.
not to give the intermediary an extra 20.
I see.
That's
So
not what the point of the coupon is.
this
So
is not dissimilar from when I used to go grocery shopping for my mom, and I would keep the change for shipping and handling.
right. So I took the $20 back out of her account and she was like freaking out on me.
Oh.
And I was like, "Do you not understand how I'm in the Wegmans parking lot fighting with them on my phone. Do you not understand how coupon works? It's to save me $20." Because then I'm Miss Little Fair. So
Right.
like if I let her keep I would have to give her sister $20.
Because now this is costing you $40.
Right. So the coupon would end up costing me more money. So I was flipping out, and that was my day yesterday. So then I got on the lawnmower and all my troubles went away.
I was gonna say, as somebody who has purchased things from American Eagle before, I
Mhm.
went through a period where I was really into their jeans.
Yeah.
You know how different brands they come in and out of like having a good cut of jeans. American
Yeah.
Eagle for a while had a real good curvy cut of jeans that worked really well for my body.
Okay.
You can get good sales at American Eagle
Okay.
on their website.
Would they
So
sell my size? I need like an 18
yeah,
short.
no, I was buying like 20.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's the thing about American Eagle. They have short, regular, and
Okay.
long.
I need short.
Yeah, so definitely
Okay.
look into them. I had really good luck with their jeans, and they'll do like 40% off sales. Not
Okay.
just not on like like Old
Well,
Navy's always
well,
having a
they don't
sale.
do 40% sales whenever my kids are there. I'll tell you that.
Well, that's because 'cause they're
Full
not
price
planning.
only. Full
Oh,
price only.
well, good for them. That means they get one versus waiting, and they could have two.
Right.
That's a lesson they have to
The
learn.
fact that I have two teenagers who don't know the value of a coupon or a sale is mind-blowing to me because they have been raised to
To know better.
understand the value of
Been raised
this.
to know better. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I cut the
Graham would not
grass
be
yesterday, by
impressed.
the way.
Pardon me?
I cut the grass yesterday.
I know you did. You were very happy. You posted a
Ah,
picture in Backdoor Friends.
it was very fun.
Okay, and you listened to a lot of podcasts about Handmaid's
I
Tale.
listened to Handmaid's Tale. I was doing the stuff like in the back here. Timmy was on the bigger tractor in the
Mm.
front. We were the dueling
Which you
0
2 love
turns.
doing.
It was very cute.
Good. Good,
Mhm,
good. Did
mhm.
did your children have to stop and look at you in awe because of your
Oh,
love
of
for one
our
another?
entanglements?
Your no, your engagements. You were
Engagements.
engaging with your
No,
zero-turn
no,
tractors
no, our kids just kept driving.
because 'cause they're not fucking weirdos.
Oh, and then do you know what my kid said to me in the
Okay.
coupon fight?
Oh, no. Is this
So
making them going off to college feel a little easier today?
so a few weeks ago, I got myself a phone case. I'll show it to you. It has the Beatles tapes. It looks like cassette tapes.
Amy, I got to tell you, Amy Ormond kept me from buying almost the exact same one, but with U2 tapes.
Okay, well, I ordered it.
Okay. Literally, Amy Ormond's brain in my head said,
Mm-hmm.
is a new phone case more important or is paying off your debt more important?
Well, here's what happened. My phone case broke.
Okay, then you
so
had
I
a
needed
reason.
something.
Yeah,
yes.
mine's just fine.
Do you know my kid? The same one who thought she should keep the $20 from the coupon said to me, maybe if you didn't buy yourself phone cases.
Oh, child.
To which I said, you know what? You're lucky I don't take back that whole $70, not just the 20. I went off on a tear. I was like, I buy myself nothing.
Right.
I can get plus I have a job and I'm funding this whole operation. So fuck off.
No, literally, I saw an ad for that on Instagram or
that's where
or
I got
Facebook
it.
or something.
Yeah.
And it knew what to do. At first, it showed me REM. And then I was like, ooh, if you've got REM, I bet you've got some other ones. I was torn between REM, U2, and Depeche Mode. Like my little finger was hovering over that button.
If it makes you feel better, it feels cheap.
Okay, good. Because my case is not cheap.
Because I had a Beatles one from Casely, which was real nice.
This is from Casely.
Yeah.
And I've had really good luck with the Casely cases because I feel like even when I've dropped my phone like face down, it doesn't shatter, but it doesn't feel like the OtterBox where you feel like I'm carrying an entire second phone.
I understand.
As the case.
Yeah.
OtterBoxes are great, particularly if you're in some place where
Timmy loves them, even though he ran his phone over with the tractor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that didn't work.
But still, OtterBoxes are great, but they're huge.
Yeah. All right. I'm done bitching about my kids. It's interesting to me, the whole nurture versus nature thing. Because, and it's like I said to you when we were recording with Jake and Matt, that psychologist I heard said that every sibling has a different parenting experience, even if they're twins.
Right.
Because my other kid will just be like, okay, mom. Yeah, mom. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the $70. And my other kid's like, you owe me 20 more. They are twins. I raised them exactly the same.
They lived in the same home.
Yep.
Leo and Toby, two entirely different people.
It's so weird.
And they've had the exact same life experience.
Yeah, it's so weird. All right, 12 minutes in seems to be our sweet spot.
Yeah, it does. Oh, shoot. I have to make sure I have Yuki prepared.
Oh, yeah. We can't forget that. The people will rage.
People will be upset. Miss out here. Okay.
This is 90 Day Fiance season 11, episode 12, Love's True Colors.
Love's True Colors.
And I will announce the order as we go.
Sure. I had it written down as episode 11, but that's fine. Doesn't matter.
Oh, is it 12?
I don't know.
Oh, we need to know.
Okay, hold on here. I will find out.
Shit. This could be all my fault, people.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. Sister Wives, season 11, episode 11.
Sister
11,
Wives.
11. Not Sister Wives. 90 Day Fiance.
It is 11-11?
It's 11-11.
Okay.
I love love. 11-11.
All right. Yeah. It's 11-11.
11-11. Love. The Silva twins are. Oh, God, could you imagine the Silva twins just like walking into like Matt and Amani's situation? And then they could like school them on what to do.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Love's True Colors. The description from TLC reads, Alliya finally meets Shawn's family. Mahdi finds out that Stevi has painted her friend Claire nude. Lucille takes over wedding plans for Greg and Joan. And Matt worries about his connection with Ani. Sarper is ready to give up.
Are you okay about Sarper?
This was quite the episode. Sarper reminded me a little bit of who he really is.
Yeah. The real Sarper came out here.
Yeah.
We had a complete lack of Mark and Mina. Did you feel the loss?
No.
No, not really either.
Although next week she looks like we get some time with the Pam's Cupcake and Martini.
Yeah, that's in my next time on. We have time with the Pats.
Yep, Pats. I'm sorry.
The Pats Cupcake and Martini.
Cupcake and Martini, and they're all crying.
Everyone's crying.
All right.
As long as we have more of Mina just speaking very angrily in French and talking heads, that's fine. That's all I need.
I agree. So let's go with Mahdi and Stevi. We'll start there.
Sure. Okay, let's go down to Mahdi and Stevi.
And everybody, this is episode 11. It makes sense. Everybody's kind of in turmoil.
Yeah, this is we're in the I don't want to say we're in the doldrums because it's not like we're boring, but we're in the
valley.
We're in the valley of the story. Yes. So we're back where in that cute little town, Ocean Grove or whatever it was called.
Real cute.
Super cute.
Ocean Springs?
Ocean Springs, that's what
I
it was. I
forget,
knew it was
yeah.
a name that, like, sounds like it could have come out of a Hallmark movie. If a Hallmark movie were set by the ocean versus in Vermont, because aren't they all, like,
Yes.
set in Vermont somehow?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, or a
So
nameless town that looks just like upstate New York.
exactly. Somewhere where it's snowing at Christmas, so, that'll happen. So Mahdi would like them to have a portable bidet, and Stevie does not see the point of this. Again, we just I wish Americans would embrace the bidet a bit more like the rest of the world does. So
I agree.
it is time for wedding planning. And Stevie's like, but we just got engaged. And he's like, we need a dress. We need a suit. We got lots to do and we need to do it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I feel bad for her because she can't, like, enjoy this, you know?
No, she can't enjoy any of this. And she's getting all stressed out.
Yeah.
And as they're going through, he's like, but we need to do this. We need to do that because we're moving up the wedding. And she goes, if we move up the wedding, will you be able to work sooner? And he's like, yes. She goes, okay, let's go. It was all of her trepidation went away when she was like, oh, he can make money sooner. Let's go do that.
Like my dad says, money forgives a lot of sins.
It sure as hell does.
Mhm.
So Stevie now wants to really be sure her dad is going to walk her down the aisle. We know that her dad is ill.
We don't have a lot of details on that.
We
though.
don't have a lot of details on it, which is fine. But
Yeah, that's
he
fine.
sounds like he is terminally ill in some way, shape, or form. But his death is obviously not, on
Imminent.
but it is on the horizon, and Stevie's very worried
I
about
still
this.
love this dad.
I like him
I
too.
think he turned out to be an okay dude.
I can't understand half of what he says. But that's fine. That's
Yeah,
why we have
no,
subtitles.
I
Fine.
agree. I
I just
agree.
don't understand
Yep,
half of between the accent and the mumbling. I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're saying.
I agree.
I understand now why Mahdi was very worried about understanding him. The accent and the mumbling
Oh.
aren't a good combo. So, but she's saying it's so important for her dad to walk her down the aisle
Yeah.
and to be willing to do that. And she can barely hold in a smirk where she says, I won't marry Mahdi if my dad won't walk me down the aisle. Okay, girl.
You know your dad's gonna walk you down the
First of
aisle.
all, you know your dad's going to walk you down the aisle. Second of
What
all,
dad is gonna say no?
I would like you to turn to the side and look at this man. Are you really
Mhm.
not going to marry him just because
I
your
know.
dad isn't going to walk you down the aisle?
I shouldn't say that. I'm sure lots of dads
Oh,
wouldn't walk
lots of
her down
dads.
the aisle, but I'm saying, like, I don't think her dad is one of them.
No, I think if her dad thought that this guy was a real bad dude, he might not, but he doesn't think Mahdi's a bad dude.
He seems kinda like a sucker for Stevie.
He does. Oh,
Yeah.
Stevie is a daddy's girl. That's
Yes,
real clear.
yes,
That's real
yes.
clear. So they get home. Their first stop is at Perry's house, Stevie's dad, so she can show off the ring and talk about the walking down the aisle. It's very
Mhm.
cute. And her dad's like, this still feels really fast. And I would like to once again remind him they don't have a choice in the fast of all of
Mm-mm.
this. Let me put it this way. They don't have a choice in the final fast. Like this has to be done in 90 days.
Right, but they are moving it up.
They are moving it up. They're going, it was funny. I love when the ticker goes from like 50 days to doink, 14 days.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
get rid of that. And her dad's like, are you sure? And Stevie says, I'm sure. And she's like, I'm usually very skeptical. He's like, yeah, that's why I'm worried because you usually aren't so into something. And Perry says that you lied to me about Mahdi existing. She's like, well, I didn't really lie. I just didn't tell you about him.
Lie by omission is a lie.
That's right. And so we argue about whether it's a good decision or not. Her dad agrees to walk her down the aisle, of course. So everyone's
Yeah.
happy. We're
And
great.
didn't she say at some point during this that she doesn't cry or something like that? I thought
Um,
she said, like, "I don't get emotional or I don't cry," and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting."
yeah, no, she did say. I mean, she's been very clear. She's not a particularly emotional person. She's
Yeah.
not a touchy person,
Yes,
as she
yeah.
says. But
Mhm.
she's like, I don't like to hug people, but if you know, she's all over Mahdi, which
Well, I
I
don't
would be
blame her.
too. I would be
Mhm.
too. So now it's time for wedding planning, and we're getting married in 2 weeks. So we're off to a cute little wedding venue.
Real cute.
Real cute. Looks
Mhm.
kind of like an old
Oh,
warehouse, maybe grain mill kind of place.
somebody wrote to me. I apologize, BDFs. I don't have your name in my mind right now, but somebody wrote to me and said Hattiesville has a really thriving art community.
Yes, yes,
So there we go. Because I
yes.
was like, I commented on that, like how artistic she is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I think she's going to do an amazing wedding because she just has such an artistic lens that she
She
sees the
does.
world through.
She's very creative. Yeah, Hattiesburg is where the University of Southern Mississippi is.
Okay.
One of our listeners used to work there,
Okay.
who's a friend of mine. So
Okay.
that I've known about Hattiesburg for a while. Um, so anyway, it's the next day. They're going to go look at this place and they're going to meet Stevie's best friend, Claire.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. I like Claire. Claire was great. Mahdi is not feeling so great because Mahdi decided to try pork yesterday.
Yeah, how about that?
Which is really interesting. I don't think Mahdi is particularly religious at all. He's never talked about like the importance of praying every day. Like we've never seen that be a part of his story.
Yeah.
It's clear he's not at all talking about Stevi converting or fitting in with his tradition.
Isn't that interesting that he's not talking about her converting? This is one of the first storylines.
Because that's usually the storyline from when a Muslim man comes over. It's not a part of it. Mahdi, if you're going to try pork, I highly recommend pork. I'm a big fan of pork.
Don't start with pork belly.
Don't start with pork belly. It's so fatty.
Have a little piece of bacon.
Little piece of bacon, maybe just a little piece of pulled pork.
Or ham.
Yeah, something not super rich like that, because I can see why he's not feeling great. So there aren't many venues available, given, we're planning a wedding in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But she fell in love, as she says, it's crazy to get married in 2 weeks, but I fell in love with someone from halfway across the world. So,
And you got to do what you got to do.
Got to do what you do. So, and she also says it's really hard for Mahdi to help her with any of the planning because he doesn't know anything about American weddings. This place is real cute. Again, is it like looks like a granary or some sort of warehouse or something that's been converted into a space. Like all these wedding venues have been converted into, all these old factories have been converted into cool stuff.
I know we have a barn on our road, like an old barn. Oh God, I would love to get a hold of that barn and make it like a venue space.
Oh, that'd be awesome. But so this place is cute. We meet Claire, Stevie's friend. They discuss the vision that they have for this. It's going to be very small. The owner now is, I'm going to go see if I can make the date work.
And then Claire gets out her production card.
Yes. Claire was well prepared by some producer for this.
Stevi, are you going to use the nude paintings of me that you took?
This is so stupid. Also, it's really stupid for the owner to be like, let me go see if the date works. Why would
she knows the date works?
Of course she knows the date works. Because the first question Stevie's going to ask is, hey, I need to throw a wedding on this date. Are you available? Because if you're not, I'm not going to bother coming to see you.
Yeah. Little Miss Recap will be right back after this break. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support.
So, Claire's worried about them rushing it all and wants to be sure it's for the long haul. So she asks if Mahdi's family is going to join even via Zoom. And he's like, no. He's like, if they see drinking here, if they see men and women in the same room, it's not going to go good. So I'm not even going to bother, which made me really sad for him. Now Claire asks about the decorations. Do you have a vision for this? And she wants to make sure that Stevie's represented in this space and her vision is represented in this space. And now we have to point out, of course, that maybe she could use some of the paintings that Stevi has made, particularly the one that she painted of Claire naked in person.
This is so stupid.
This is so fucking dumb. What is happening here?
Claire is not asking Stevi to bring her nude paintings here.
Can you imagine? Be like, hi, I want to help you plan your wedding. And what I need you to do is cover the entire room with nude paintings of me. I mean, Claire may be the most body positive person on the planet.
Sure.
Even she wouldn't be asking for an entire wedding of nudes of her.
So stupid.
So now, but the whole point of this was so Mahdi can learn that not only does Stevi paint nude women, she sometimes does it in person. She doesn't just do it from photos, and she did it for her friend. So now we're back at the is Stevi bisexual?
Yeah, and he's not okay with it. And
I don't like this storyline.
I don't either, but I do think this is part of his culture. He was raised this way. Do I think he will progress in this area? Yes, I do.
He's very progressive given where he came from. I think he's very open-minded to learn new things. Like he tried pork belly for God's sakes.
Right.
Like,
but if you are raised in a culture for 30 years where something is wrong,
yes,
it's going to take time to undo that programming.
It is. My bigger issue with it is not so much that he's struggling with it. Because I get that from a cultural perspective. I get that. It's the fact that I feel like she's being pressured on camera
I agree.
To talk about that. I don't know if Stevie's bi or not. We talked
She
about this
doesn't
before.
want to talk about
She
it.
doesn't want to talk about it. So we need to stop bringing it up.
Yeah.
And we also need to get over real quick the fact that she paints female nudes does not mean she's attracted to women.
Does this mean Michelangelo, when he sculpted David, now he's gay?
Michelangelo was gay.
Yeah, but is he gay because he did a gay statue?
No, he just happens.
I mean, he also did. Well, didn't he do?
Let me put it this way: by most accounts, most people think Michelangelo was gay.
What was his? What was
Sistine Chapel?
Hold on. Did he do Venus, the birth of?
Oh, the birth of Venus. Did he do that? He may have, or it's Botticelli.
No, I think no. I don't think it was him.
Hold on.
I was gonna say, if he paints women, does it mean he's straight?
Right, exactly. But no,
I didn't know Michelangelo was considered gay.
Oh, it's a painting.
That didn't work.
That's why. That's what I was thinking of, and it is.
It was Michelangelo.
Botticelli.
Gay?
Botticelli.
Okay.
That majoring in art history for about a semester and a half really paid off right here.
I loved art history.
Oh,
loved
art history
it.
is some of my favorite classes.
So Michelangelo announced his love for a younger upper class gentleman in verse and prose. Oh, I did not know this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good on Michelangelo.
Yeah, good for you, dude.
My point is, does every man, we would never say this about men, does every man who paints a man, is he gay?
Yeah, no, it's done.
We would
That's
never
what's
say that
really
about
annoying
men.
me.
But we say it about women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you paint a female nude, you must be,
if you're a woman who
according to
this
this
female form,
logic.
Yes, and it just that bothers me.
Yeah, Stevie, you're right. The pressure campaign for her to talk about this is uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what's bugging me.
And she's telling Mahdi this.
Yeah, like, I'm not talking about this.
Yeah.
And he says he's getting bisexual vibes again. I don't know what that
Jesus
means,
Christ.
okay. Anyway,
I mean, that's just called when I have 2 glasses of wine. There's bisexual
seriously,
vibes
I'll make
everywhere.
out with girls. It's fine. Get enough wine in me. I'll make out with pretty much anybody.
Sexuality is a spectrum, Mahdi.
That's right. Yeah, it's fine. She's into you, dude. Have you seen you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's
a little bit gay.
And she's thank you, Avenue A. If she is into men, have you seen you?
Yeah.
It's fine. You're fine.
Oh God.
Anyway, you'll be shocked to know, Amy. The date works for the venue, so it's good.
Good.
Yeah, thank God. I was on pins and needles for that one. Now they're leaving. Stevie can tell that Mahdi is unhappy. Claire says that was real awkward, and I had to read off the card, and I didn't really want to, but it made it real awkward. And she's worried about next thing you know, he's going to try to put her in a jihad. She didn't say that. I'm still going back to the fact that her father was calling it a job a jihad.
She's in a jihad. We have bigger problems.
We've got way bigger challenges than her painting pictures over there. I just still am like, it still makes me, I still really like walk around the house and think about her father going, is he going to make you wear a jihad? No, it's a job.
And Dad turned out to be perfectly lovely.
He did, but it's the misspeak that just killed me. So Claire's supposedly worried about the hijab. On the way to the car, Stevie asks if Mahdi's mad. He thinks that she's hiding something, and she's like, I'm not hiding anything, and she's caught off guard by his behavior. This feels fake. He says you should have told her about painting her friend naked, and she's like, why? What does it matter if I'm doing from a picture from a person and it makes a difference, and this isn't okay in his culture, and he's worried that she's going to want to bang women in his future, and they argue about her vague answers. She's over it, and he hates it when things are okay for her, but they aren't for him. And he wants to know what type of person he's marrying. Okay.
If you don't like when things are okay for someone else and not for you, don't have children, Mahdi. Ever.
They never talk about children. And she's 41.
Oh, she's 37.
Oh, 37. Okay. She has let me put it this way. She
does have teenagers. Yeah.
Does have teenagers, a boy and a girl who, when she was on Mary Payne, she said very clearly she would not be talking about on the show.
Which is great.
I think, thank you. Thank you, Stevie, for being one of the few responsible mothers on this show.
And she's a good example of this could be done.
Yes.
We don't need to involve the children at all.
Right. Right. For all we know, they're in the next room.
Darcy and Stacy did it, Amanda.
Well, Stacy did it.
Stacy did. We never saw Stacy's kids.
One time we saw them.
Yeah.
One time it was like in a 2-second talking. It was I believe it was at her wedding to Florian. That's like the only time we saw them.
They didn't want to be on camera. She didn't want them on camera. And that was it. We never saw them.
Nope.
Yeah.
I have respect for that. So that's where we leave them.
Okay, let's go to Shawn and Alliya. This is a very Amanda heavy episode.
It was a very Amanda heavy episode, and I very much appreciate when we warn each other about this.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm.
First of all, we start again with the super cute puppy, Maxwell, and if I don't get this dog, I'm going to go to...
He's real cute.
I'm going to go to LA and kidnap this dog and bring him home with me.
I agree.
So they are headed up to wine country, to Sonoma, for an engagement or a meet and greet party, depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have just rolled her in like this. I think this is really unfair.
I have to tell you.
And everyone was great.
I have to tell you, Shawn is very unlikable in this episode.
He's very unlikable.
The passive aggressiveness. Oh, it's so obvious, and Alliya is so uncomfortable with it. Like just the jabs at her age all the time,
and her English
and her non-knowledge of Barbara Streisand shit. And it's like, dude, you're the one who wanted to date a 20-year-old.
Well, yeah. What did you expect?
And now you're stunned that he doesn't know what Yentl is, or she doesn't know what Yentl is. Like, come on. Yeah. He's an idiot.
It's really unfair.
Yeah.
It's really unfair. And I've all along been a Shawn, not apologist, but I've been like, okay, I see him trying. I see him trying. I see him trying. This episode, I did not care for him.
No, this was not a good episode for him.
And Shawn says it's tricky to throw an engagement party when most people don't even know that they're engaged.
Well, whose fault is that, dummy?
Right. Like, you have set this whole thing up. He makes an I love Lucy joke. And of course, she doesn't get it.
Never
and
even
then he berates her.
Yeah.
It's not good. I don't like it.
It's constant with those little jabs. It's constant. And I think Alliya's getting real annoyed with it.
I hope she is. And I hope she like finally yells at him, because this is bullshit. Yeah. Or you know who I really hope yells at him? His mother.
I know.
His mother loves her, and she's not going to put up with him treating Alliya like shit.
Nope.
So they're headed to Sonoma. And as I said, Alliya asked, will it be cold? And he's like, well, it's further up north, but it's not going to be like snowy or anything.
It's not Minnesota.
No, meanwhile, he's like in shorts and a t-shirt, and she's in a ski jacket already.
Can we talk about how different she looks in the confessionals?
I think she's had some surgery.
She looks amazing. I mean, she looks beautiful both timelines.
Yes, but yeah, I was noticing in the confessionals too. I feel like she's had some face feminization surgery or something. So something's happened to her face, and I like it.
Yeah, she looks great.
It's working really, as opposed to Shekinah's family, none of whom were wearing the face that they were born with.
Right. No one was wearing their birth face.
No. And she really wants to see snow, though. So, okay. Well, you're not just seeing it this weekend. Maybe someday, girl. And she tells him, I don't like it when you make jokes that I don't get.
Yeah.
I don't want you to joke about me. I don't like when you make jokes about my age. And he's like, well, are you going to go all Brazilian on people? It's like, stop.
No, but she's putting a boundary down now.
Right.
She's
stop
being very
making
clear
fun of me.
Yeah.
It's not cute. And she's sad that he hasn't told his friends and family about her. So not only is he like making these jokes, which she feels like she's being picked on, she's also extraordinarily anxious about meeting all these people, which I would be too.
Yeah.
She's going to meet his children who are older than she is.
Yeah, this is
hard.
But very much like she did with the dead naming, she has now put a boundary down.
Yep.
Let's see if he adheres to it.
I don't have a lot of faith in that.
So.
Nope. And he jokes that, about the cultural and the age difference, and it's making her uncomfortable.
Oh, he's just jokey jokester.
You're just real funny today, Shawn.
Yeah.
Stop it. And she wants to, she says in a talking head, I want to marry him, but he needs to show me more. Good. Girl, know your worth, please. So we're driving up the coast. We go through San Francisco. They drive up Lombard Street, which
beautiful.
Of course has to point out a Barbara Streisand movie was filmed there. I love San Francisco so much. They cross the Golden Gate Bridge. She's like, it's orange, not red, and all that. I'd like to remind everybody again, the steel from the Golden Gate Bridge comes from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, which is where my dad was from.
I would like to remind everyone once again that Timmy forced me to walk from San Francisco to Sausalito, and I had several blisters on my feet, and we walked 12 miles, I think.
It's a lot. It's a long walk.
With a hangover.
Oh, good. That's even better. Yeah. That's good. You okay?
That's vacationing with Timmy.
So what you're saying is I'm kinder to you?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're going to go to Sonoma. I love Sonoma so much.
I just love California. Don't even get me started.
I know. And he says that it's elegant, but with a mix of nature. And he's very excited about this. Alliya's just amazed at how different Northern California looks than Southern California. But she says it also sort of looks like a horror movie. Because I think she's expecting like, Michael Myers to come popping out of the woods at any moment. which was kind of cute.
When people aren't used to like being around woods, it can be jarring.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah. If you look out at night from my porch, it's just all dark woods.
Yeah, that could
be very scary.
Yeah. Their first stop is Shawn's mom's house. Jean or Jeannie, whatever her name is. Love this woman. Alliya cannot wait to meet her. She feels like a mom to her. She's so excited. They hug and hug and hug. They both are crying. Like it is very sweet and very sincere.
They have a well-established telephone relationship.
Now we get to meet the dog Wookie, who is much more to Alliya's liking because it's more of a pocket dog than Maxwell.
Which is what Alliya wanted.
Right, but
Shawn got what he wanted.
Right, which kind of is the theme of their relationship. I'm still more into Maxwell, though, than to Wookie, but whatever. There's a lot of Christmas stuff in this house. A lot.
Yeah, she's a Christmas person.
Oh, yeah. We need to get her with Daniel and Taylor. Every Christmas person is going to go hang out with Daniel and Taylor.
Who just made Christmas their whole personality.
And I'm actually really enchanted by it all. Those two dorks I'm super into. They're very cute.
Yeah.
Alliya says she can see similarities in the amount of junk that his mom has around to he has around. And Shawn's like, no, even my mom has too much stuff for me. I have about a quarter of what my mom has. His mom asks how things going. And Shawn says they are in their honeymoon period. Alliya asks now, will everyone like her at the party? And she wonders, it's like, what's there not like to like about me? Like, I hope everyone likes me. Alliya now goes out to the car for a fake reason so that Shawn and his mom can talk. I really wish it weren't so obvious when they have to get someone out of a room.
I know.
Because it's ridiculous. And he hasn't told anyone anything because he didn't want to deal with the comments and the judgment. Shawn, then you're not ready to be in this relationship.
No.
This is... I have been on these two teams until
all of this, and that's why he's doing what he's doing.
Yes, I've been on his team until this episode, and I'm really. It was
a bad episode for him.
He's really nervous, especially around the trans piece, and he wanted to just keep themselves in a bubble so they didn't have to deal with it. Well, that's not how life works, my dude. All his mom cares about is that he's happy. It's the right mom answer. She says, "Are you happy? Are you 100% happy?" And he's like, "Who the hell's 100% happy all the time?" Which, okay. But he's like, I just don't want to be 60% happy. So, Shawn, what's the number?
Yeah.
Are we 60, 65, 66.
Can I get 70, 75, 75?
What is happening here?
Yeah.
And he says he still has a lot of questions about the future. And if they should even have a future, then you shouldn't be here.
This is not going well.
No. And he says introducing is daunting, but he's put it off as long as he can. So next day it's party time. Of course, Shawn once again has to complain about how long it takes Alliya to get ready.
Well, and do you notice what he says?
I had to do this before for my wife. I gave this up.
Yep. Here I am again waiting for a woman to get ready. He's not into this.
No, he doesn't want to be married to a woman, which is fine.
Right. In his defense, he did not want to be with a woman.
No. Which is why he shouldn't be with her.
Then you need to cut Alliya loose. But if you remember their backstory, Shawn is the one who brought out Alliya. So he might feel a little bit of responsibility.
I think he feels a lot of responsibility.
And that's fine. You could still financially help Alliya.
Yeah.
Which I would argue you probably should. But that doesn't mean you have to be with them.
No. He doesn't have to marry her to take care of her.
No.
Or to care for her. Or to even be in a relationship with her.
I think he's just trying to get her to the United States.
I think so too.
Whatever. So that might be something she wants. I don't get it, but that might be something she wants.
Yeah, who knows? 35 days to wed. We are at. Shawn thinks people will be irritated that they're going to be so late to this party. And this harkens back to his past with his wife getting ready. And she says, perfection takes time. And she does look like fucking perfection. God, she's beautiful. She has the most adorable dress on. And she says, he's like, it's a coming out party and a gender reveal all at once. That made me laugh. And he thinks people know that they're meeting Alliya, but they may not know what that all means. And there are no details about age, gender. And he's expecting to push back. This party appears to be at a winery and it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I want to go to this party. First person we meet is Alfred. He's a friend of Shawn's. He's a delight. Then we meet His mom is pissed that they're late. We know that. We meet Stacy, another one of Shawn's friends. These are the only two who talk at the party, which is why I think the only ones we identify. Then we meet his children, two of his children. I think he has 3, but only 2 were there. Or maybe only 2 wanted to be on specifically called out. We have Kalia. I couldn't really, it's Kaila. I don't remember how he said
Kayla?
it. Kayla, maybe? I don't know.
Probably. It's probably Kayla spelled
Probably.
like that.
It says it's his baby daughter. Her first questions upon meeting Alliya, what pronouns do you want me to use?
It was lovely. Perfect.
So easy.
Yep.
So easy. What do you want me to call you?
I mean, these kids have been raised by a gay father.
Yeah.
So they totally get this. They should get this world.
Yes.
That's not a guarantee they will, but they should have some inkling as to how to
But I love
act
that was
in
her
this
first
space.
question. What pronouns do you want me to use?
Yeah.
Great. Now we meet Austin, Shawn's son. He's an interesting one. Who's playing hard to get. He says, but my kids are warm people. They'll warm up to her. Okay. I'm a little nervous about this. Shawn says he is distant from some family and friends. Alliya says Shawn is distant from some family and friends. And he says he thinks people were surprised but happy to meet her. She was lovely. She is lovely. She's going to be fine. And she doesn't have her family there, so it means a lot to her that everyone's been so welcome.
Yeah.
Shawn now explains the whole visa thing to his son. By the way, kid, Austin, I'm getting married to this woman. By the way, she might be younger than you. By the way, she's a trans woman. By the way. Yeah. It's a lot. He fucked this up so bad.
Yeah.
And everyone's rolling with it, but he still fucked this up.
Yeah, I agree.
Shawn knows it's a lot to ask of his family in short order, but most of his relationships have been with men until now. So there are questions. Now they're having their little lunch. They're having a toast. And Alfred says, now, why haven't we heard of this beautiful creature before? Which I thought was lovely. Why haven't we heard about this beautiful person before? Not calling out her gender, her age, anything.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I think Shawn was using the family as an excuse. I think Shawn didn't want to talk about Alliya because Shawn was fucking around. And didn't want people to call him out on that.
Oh, well, he's been in an open relationship the whole time.
Yeah. Yep. So I think he just didn't want to deal with that aspect of it.
That makes a lot of sense too. There's a lot here he doesn't want to deal with. Yeah. Stacy asks when the wedding is, and they're 60 days in, and he says, perhaps immigration will come and take her away. And the look on Alliya's face was like,
I know.
What the fuck
she shouldn't marry him.
She shouldn't marry him.
Based on this episode, I would not marry this guy.
Alfred thinks that his kids are upset. And Alfred pulls Shawn aside and shares his concerns about she is new to this is Alfred's words. She is new to the gay life. She is new in her trans life. Is this really the best thing for her and for him as well? Alfred's a good friend.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Alfred's a better friend to Alliya than Shawn is right now.
Yeah, this was really presented in a sensitive way.
Yeah, it's not like, what the fuck are you doing?
It was thoughtful.
Alfred really was looking out for Alliya here.
Yeah.
Shawn thinks that for her, it is the best thing. Well, that's a big statement for you to make. He has been able to roll with the changes, and there may be a time that he can't. Then don't marry. This is different. I know I've talked about a friend of mine whose spouse came out as trans in their marriage, and my friend's position the whole time has been, I'm going to keep rolling with this till I can't. They'd been married for like 18 years.
Right. They were already in an established relationship. Yeah.
These two he doesn't need to do this at all. And he's like, well, the till death do us part piece could, be another 10 years just for me. And if so, that would make it my longest relationship. Wow. Shawn says he would like more time if he could, but he's looking for something that's going to last. He knows change will be a part of their life, and he'll see how it goes. This is this young woman's life he's playing with. I don't like it, Amy. I was real into it for a long time, and I'm not anymore.
I agree with you. This is done. Now, we know from the previews that it makes it look like Alliya stands him up, and I hope she does.
I hope she does, too. I have a feeling she didn't. I have a feeling that she just showed up late.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, he's been posting pictures of her all over Instagram, of the two of them together all over Instagram.
Okay. You ready for Sarper and Shekinah?
Yes, let's go.
So Sarper, we pick back up where he is being grilled by Shekinah's family.
The coven of Shekinah's family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for these women at all.
And he's saying, I've learned a lot. I'm a lot calmer. He says, if we have a problem now, we try to solve it the modern way, like talking. What is the non-modern way that you've been solving problems?
Amy, do you have to ask that question? I think you know what it is.
And she kind of quick goes, not the physical way, like grabbing things out of each other's hands. And we get a flashback of the phone grab.
Yes, we sure do.
Sarper admits he had a little bit of an anger issue, but Amanda, most guys do.
No.
And she kind of's like, no, that's not true.
No.
That's not true. Actually, most men don't.
I can say, I'm going to say even the guy, I've been in an abusive relationship. He didn't even have an anger issue.
You made him do it? You forced him to do it?
No, he was just abusive. But like, it wasn't ever anger. It was like a whole weird thing. But like, I've never been with a man with an anger issue.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah. Well, what about, you and your first husband fought a lot.
Right. I don't think that was an anger issue.
Okay.
That was circumstances. Yeah. So Sarper feels like he's in the Matrix dodging bullets. Okay. And he says, I know I have a lot to prove to all of you. And he apologizes to Shariah specifically for calling Shekinah a slut and a whore.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You should apologize for that, Sarper. It was not your best look.
He says his thinking has changed. And he says they were only dating. We didn't know this. They were only dating 10 days when that happened. When that initial meeting with Shekinah happened, they were only together 10 days.
They'd only been in each other's presence.
Yeah,
for 10
right.
days.
But yes, we didn't know that.
We did, because that was like the second time she was there. They'd spent time together before. Yeah. They'd been together calendar-wise longer, but in person only 10 days.
Yeah, only 10 days.
Yeah.
So he says, I was rude, but I'm always trying to progress. Okay. And they seem receptive. They appreciate his hearing them out. Shariah says, I'm ready to start over. This goes real well.
It does.
Shekinah's real happy. Put a pin in that.
Yeah, that doesn't last long.
So they get back to the Airbnb and they discuss her family. And Shekinah says, I need to know that what he's saying is the truth. Mm-hmm. Is he just changing his tone to get this wedding done? Okay. 1 week later. Of course, production's not there.
Because they're never there for anything that's good. They weren't there for the Jenny Submit parents situation.
The fact that they dropped the ball on that.
To see Mother Submit knocking the whole shrine down.
To see Mother Submit over there grabbing Jenny by the hair and screaming at her, I'm sure. Oh my God.
So you don't watch Diaries at all, right?
No, not at all.
Oh, really funny to watch Jenny hang out with Sumit's mom.
Yeah, they're like besties now, right?
Well, the thing is, Sumit's mom doesn't speak a word of fucking English. So they're just kind of looking at each other, nodding the whole time. Yeah. It's very funny. I'm like, Jenny, I'm not sure she's actually your best friend. She just is tolerating you now.
So we hear them screaming at each other. Shekinah has agreed to share the audio of the fight. He tells her he hates her face and she's useless. She's like, I came home and I made you a meal and you're saying fuck you. And he says, okay, fuck this. I fucking hate this life. I'm fucking going back. Apparently now we get Sarper wandering West Hollywood again.
North Hollywood, but yes.
North Hollywood, yep. Sorry. And apparently Shekinah has sent him a text of all the things he's complained about her so that he could read it to the camera.
Yes, thank you. Okay. I'm glad we had that.
Little Miss Recap will be right back after this break. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. So some of the highlights include she won't let him drive her car.
Okay.
It's hard to live with her dogs, according to him.
Okay.
She's afraid at any second he'll freak out on waitstaff or clerks.
I'd be worried about that with him.
And he said she's causing bad energy. Okay. So he tells us now he feels useless. He's depressed. He says, we're not talking. We are two strangers in the same house.
We knew he would really struggle with not working and not having anything to do.
Yeah. He wants to go back.
He does want to go back.
But
he loves her. And it's
Shekinah is alone in the apartment and she says, we're not speaking and he's sleeping on the couch. After Montana, it was fine. We went to some parties and he seemed happy. But the other day he was in a bad mood and he was treating me like shit. And she starts to get emotional. And she says, I've made so many adjustments to bring him here. I'm even moving my workspace out of my work-live space.
Which we knew was happening.
Okay. So she says, when I was visiting him in his country, I could leave, but now I can't.
Mm-hmm.
He's here. Outside, Sarper calls, I think he pronounces it Fusion, his cousin.
His cousin, who we love.
Yes. And he says, Shekinah was disrespectful. He says, I even went on to the internet. I booked my flight. I was at the point of choosing my seat, and I canceled. Then he says, Amanda, if this doesn't work out, I'm going back to my country and I'm going to fuck 3,500 women.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean targets. Here's the Sarper we all know.
Yes. Notice here's the Sarper we all know. You did not add the and love.
No. He says he's going to go talk to her and they need to figure this out because if he goes back to his country, he will burn everything. I will never even remember if there's a Shekinah or not. Wow. Do we think this is fake?
Some of it, yeah.
I think so. I don't know why. I just think so.
I mean, I think they fight for sure.
Yeah, I think they fight. I think it's all gloves are off when he fights.
Yes.
It's fuck you. He'll go the lowest of the low. He'll say, I hate your face, whatever.
Whatever it is.
But I think she's not, I'm not saying she's into it. But I think she sees it for what it is. He's very big and blustery.
Yes. He makes a lot of noise all the time.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's go do throuple. We'll end with Greg and Joan.
Okay, so we begin with the throuple, but now with just a couple, just a Matt and Amani hero shot. We see no Ani this episode, which is a shame because she's really the only one I like in this situation.
Okay, so whose hair is on the bathroom counter? It must be Amani's.
It's got to be Amani's because my third point here is there's a lot of hair on this bathroom counter. Yes. A lot of extensions are just right on this counter. Matt says that Amani told him that Ani loves her more than him and it's painful for him.
Well, he's kind of reframing this like first of all, he says a mini,
I know,
which is so stupid. He says Ani doesn't like me.
Yes.
That was never said.
No, that was not at all what was said. So he's going to call his poly friend Eric for advice. Eric's going to be the only one who's looking out for Matt. Because no one's looking out for Matt.
No one's got this middle class white dude's back.
No one's worried about the rich white guy.
No,
poor.
Oh, right, he's not
boo-boo.
middle class. You're right. They got
boo-boo.
more money.
Did you notice as he was talking to Eric, his leg was shaking?
Yes,
so hard.
Yes, I noticed
both of his legs. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I watched this episode twice. The first time I watched it on 2 speed as I was working.
So he was like,
do you want to see his leg? It was like, it was pretty great. Pretty great. Matt shares what happened with that Ani doesn't really care for me. No, that's not what she said.
That's not what she said.
Even though Amani is manipulating this whole situation, that's still not what she said. Matt hasn't talked to Amani much about it because he isn't sure what to trust with her. Eric reminds him the most important lesson in polyamory, communication. You need to talk to these people. He thinks Amani is caught up in basically the new relationship energy of it all, which I think she is a bit too. Plus, she's also a nefarious psychopathic liar. And it's slowly getting away from him. These two have figured it out together, Ani and Amani, and he just doesn't have it figured out yet. Matt says his whole world is at stake. He never thought he could lose Amani to this, but it seems possible. Whatever, asshole. It's good to know his friend sees the same thing. No, his friend isn't seeing the same thing. Your friend
doesn't see the same thing, dude.
His friend is telling you to go talk to these people.
Yeah.
And he isn't crazy. And
right.
God will his legs never stop shaking. Yeah. Okay. Now Amani gets up with a big puss on her face.
She's got the puss on.
She's got a big puss on her face. And Matt's out on the balcony. So she doesn't go and say hi to him like a normal person. She just leaves and goes out to the beach. So she can have her solitude on the beach.
So she can walk on the beach and complain while Love Story plays in the background.
Exactly. Do you have the music? Do you want to? Okay.
It's not. I don't feel like it's.
You don't feel it in your soul.
No.
I understand. She was sure that he was on the phone talking shit about her. If the first thing you think when you see your partner on the phone, they must be talking shit about me.
Yeah.
Things aren't good.
No. These two hate each other.
I have never walked into a room and seen Todd on the phone and go, who's he talking shit about me to?
Right.
No.
Right.
No. Even when I've heard him bitch about me, which he's never really bitching about me. Mostly it's in a making fun of the cheese rules or some shit like that. So she's sure he isn't. She's upset that he wasn't in bed when she woke up. How dare he? And she is sure he isn't upset about her, but about Ani. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
Now, Matt goes to find her on the beach, and she goes on about him not being in bed and how could he do that to. He got up.
Yeah. He just got up, dude.
This is like that guy I dated who got upset when I would leave the bedroom without him because we should come and go places together.
Oh God, that would drive me insane.
There's a reason I broke up with him 2 weeks later. And he says he just kept thinking about last night. And he can't accept how it all went down. If he told her that her significant other didn't love her, she didn't say that. She corrects him. She doesn't love her as much. Thanks, Amani. You're not helping. Right. Stop talking.
Yes.
Go away. He wants to be brought in, not pushed out. And Amani is in deep with Ani, and she isn't seeing the signs of the imbalance. He wants to help connect her to, wants Amani to help him connect with Ani. If you are not comfortable with an imbalance, dude, then a thruple is not, it's not the life for you.
Nope.
That's not your life. Just like me staying out after midnight on a school night is not my life.
Right.
A thruple is not his life.
Right.
I'm think more tired today than I was yesterday because I'm old. Amani yells at him to remember the good days, and you can't understand why he's switching. He says he's still in this, but he needs help, Amy.
He needs help to get there.
He's trying to develop this bond with her, and it's not going well.
Amanda, I need help to bang this real hot woman.
Yeah, I need you to facilitate me getting my P in her V as often as possible. He has to deconstruct his whole family for this woman, and he wouldn't be doing this if he didn't care about her. Amani says there is no relationship without him, and she loves him. I don't believe that for one fucking second. And she doesn't want to, or he doesn't want to feel like she's keeping things from him, and that he wants her to have her back in this. And she says, I always have your back. Okay. These two are ridiculous.
This is so stupid.
Let's go to Greg and Joan, who are also getting on my nerves. So, one of the BDFs mentioned that they giggled every time they see Ryan because they think about my comments of his sweating and hovering.
Oh, okay.
They want to know, do I feel similarly about Greg? Does he sweat and hover?
Greg is always sweating.
He's a sweater and hoverer.
Yeah.
He and Ryan Anderson are very similar. There's sweating and there's hovering.
Yeah. I don't know if he's hovering, but he's sweating.
He hovers, though. He's always pawing at Joan.
And Joan just looks so little next to him in height, in stature, in everything.
So tiny.
Yeah.
And he's just hovering and sweating.
So this takes a turn, which is really weird. Okay.
Everything about this story is really weird.
So mom comes in the room. Lucille comes in the room. Oh, Joan, you took a shower?
I'm over Lucille.
Okay. And then she tells me, who needs to take 2 showers a day?
Someone who wants to take 2 fucking showers a day.
Mom tells Greg that she's been trying to get him to clean his room for a couple of years.
Amy, this man is in his 30s.
I don't know what to say.
You know why I really don't like Lucille? Because she created this fucking guy.
She created it. She enables it. It's disgusting.
It's gross. I don't
Joan's like he's lazy. I don't know what to tell you.
Joan is the speaker of truth. Sometimes it's a little harsh, but she is the speaker of truth.
Greg says, well, the garage is gross too. It's not just me. I just wrote, why is she even in this room?
I don't know.
Mom says,
why this is happening.
The wedding's going to be a lot. And I remember your sister had a baby shower. I don't know where this voice is going.
I don't either, but I'm enjoying it. Keep going.
It's just coming out of me. Your sister had a baby shower at a little hall. Maybe we can do that. And Greg's like, having it at the house will be real cool. I mean, we're going to let the chickens run around, Mom. I don't want to be accosted by a chicken at a wedding. And I love chickens.
Can you imagine? All I could think of is these chickens wandering around this wedding, and then I want to plop Matt Marr in there because of his intense fear of chickens. I'm sure there are other people there who are afraid of chickens.
I want to talk to Matt Marr, even though we know he doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen. It's fine.
Matt Marr, I am like you. I am terrified of birds. It's been ever since I was a little kid and I was attacked by the parrot. We all know the story.
Yes.
I'm terrified of birds. They are my worst fear. I I even have to push myself to go to the beach because the seagulls are there.
I understand.
But I do it because I love the beach, and that outweighs the chance I might spot a whale outweighs the seagulls.
All fear of birds, yes.
But chickens are grounded, Matt. You
They're
don't
not
have
flying.
to be afraid of them. It's the flight that scares me. Just like insects, because they just have one up on you because they can fly.
Yes, insects are terrifying for that reason.
Yeah.
And then the ones that don't leave the ground, they always have way too many legs. And that's terrifying.
And that's an advantage over us.
Yes, it's all bad.
So, like, I'm not afraid of chickens because they can't fly.
Okay.
You know, whatever. They're not going to hurt me. Although they're real cute.
They can be really cute.
They're real cute.
And they can have real personalities too.
So, Mom's like, I'm going to need tents, a landscaper, a DJ. I don't know if I could afford it. And Greg says, well, I can't pay for it, Mom. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. She says, this place includes everything, even a 3-tier wedding cake. And Greg and Joan tell the camera, no, we have talked to her many times about this. And Greg is like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. And you think this story's going one way.
Right.
Joan says, we need to save every fucking dime to get out of this nightmare.
Fuck out of this house.
He says he budgeted $5,000 for 75 people. And Joan's like,
in what planet?
So if he was having it at his house, I think they could do that.
If he's serving peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
If he's making the food.
Yes.
And they're serving it and it's at his house, I think they could easily do $5,000.
But he also wants a DJ and he wants a cake.
So you get a friend to DJ.
She wants a dress.
Yeah.
I know. It's a real tight budget for that number of
Amy
people.
Orman can do it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But Joan goes, and there's the dowry. Mom goes, do not get me started on this dowry. But then Joan is like, that's my culture. That is my culture.
Fuck off, bitch.
Yeah.
There's a dowry. Get over it.
Now, do you notice what Mom says? Lay off Gregory. Give him a break. He doesn't need a break from what?
From what?
Break. His whole life's a break. He is on lunch permanently.
I would like to live Greg's life in terms of having to maintain life because he doesn't.
No. So, Mom says, can you factor in how much you're paying for her life now?
No.
And Joan's like, no. And Greg says, Mom, this is her culture. Millions of years or whatever is not going to change for Greg.
Yeah, no.
At least Greg understands he's not the center of the Ugandan world.
Yes.
So Joan tells the camera she thinks Greg doesn't have to pay the dowry, but if you don't follow the culture, you don't get to marry me.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg tells the camera the fact that I have to keep repeating myself is so frustrating. So this is where we think this is going.
Right.
Nope. Now they go to the venue. And Mom is so excited. This place has everything from soups to nuts, Gregory. I really don't know where this voice came from.
But I'm enjoying it. Keep going.
I feel like it's pretty dead on.
It is pretty dead on. And,
okay.
And it's the use of phrases like from soups to nuts, because that is the shit she says.
So Greg tells the camera, I'm just ready to get wasted. I don't know. This place is not in their budget. It's $9,000. But Mom says it's a good price. And it is. For everything you get there, that's a really good price.
Yes.
It's probably a lot more. She might know this person. But this is
or they're getting married on a Tuesday afternoon.
But this is not what they're looking for. And then Mom says, and here it is. Your father and I will pay for the rest. If you could chip in maybe $1,000.
This bitch has enabled him to do nothing his entire fucking life.
And if you were going to pay for the wedding the whole time, why did you do this?
Why did we do this?
And Greg knew it. He knew that this is in this moment I was like,
whole life.
Greg knew she was gonna pay for it the whole time.
Of course.
So Joan says, I really appreciate all this. She gets teared up and she says, but we are becoming a burden. And now Mom tears up, Greg tears up. And Joan tells the camera, depending on people can be a burden. And Mom says, Joan, you show your appreciation every day with cleaning up around the house and stuff. And I just wrote, what?
I know.
Oh, okay, now we're in a big love trend. Like
now
we all love circle, each other. We're all hugging.
Right.
That's where we leave them.
This is a bizarre love triangle, in the words of New Order.
I don't know if that voice will ever come out of me again.
I don't know, but I hope it does because I enjoyed it.
It was real. It was I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
It possessed you. It took over from the inside.
All right. Next time on, Greg is teaching Joan the I'm in here. I was very happy to see it.
I was too.
And he's taking her to New York City and he's doing rose petals and champagne. Now, this is the problem.
Right.
Now that mom's agreed to wedding, suddenly he has money to do this. Yep. I'd be so pissed off if I was that mother. But again, she created the problem.
That's right.
The throuple is still throupling. He takes Annie on a date and he's trying to, make out with her. Juan wants to do one more run on the boat just to make some money.
Because
he really misses it.
Miserable.
Alliya,
I don't think he can until they're married and he's had his adjustment of status because he can't leave the country.
Here's the thing. If I were Jessica, I would be like, you can do one contract a year from the boat because he could probably make decent money in one contract.
Or two a year, like one per season. Done.
But she's afraid he's gonna cheat. That's what this is all about. And if you can't let your partner go to work because you're so afraid they're gonna cheat on you, that's a problem.
That's a problem. Yeah. And he can't do it anyway till they're married and his adjustment of status has happened. So
Alliya wants to talk about gender affirming surgery. And Shawn is like,
particularly bottom surgery. And you can see him be like, ugh.
Mina meets with the knitting circle and Pat's Martini and Cupcake are crying.
My bullet here is Martini and Cupcake Pat are back.
Yes. And Sarper tells Shekinah, if we break up, you will cry for years for me.
Okay.
Wow.
I put Sarper and Shekinah fake fight.
Yeah. Okay. We're done.
What? Our whales and our...
Yep. Whale time.
Get to it. I have Yuki up. Do you want me to go with Yuki while you pull up?
Yeah, let's go with Yuki first today.
Well, there's not a lot to say because once again, he's not left his area.
Wow.
There's got to be something happening here because he's real into this area.
Maybe he's got a flock of women turtles or male turtles. I'm not going to assume.
I don't judge.
Sexuality.
I mean, I don't know where his heart goes, but he's all over this little area. Just in case people don't remember, Yuki is my little boy. He is a hawksbill turtle. He is around 1 meter in size, which is about 4 feet. And he is in the Dutch Caribbean. And he is really just fucking around in a whole little area.
Can we discuss what I would do if I saw a 4-foot turtle?
I'd lose my fucking mind.
Like I called Timmy the other day because, we get the snapping turtles here that come up from our pond. And I called him. There was one probably this big. Like,
oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe 1.5 feet.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, there's her. Do something about it. I mean, the turtle just walked across the street and left. But I was scared.
Yes, I would be scared too.
And snapping turtles, they'll take your limbs off.
I'm singing this hawksbill turtle looks like he could fuck you up with that hawksbill. I mean, he wouldn't fuck me up because he's my little boy and I'm his mommy. But I might not recognize him at first. Right. So I might go to the wrong hawksbill turtle.
Do you know how many people reached out to me to get these trackable pets? We should be sponsored by these people.
I know.
Okay. Here we go. We're going to do Merlin first.
Bitch.
I know. For those of you not playing at home or who are new, my sister bought me 2 humpback whales. I bought Amanda a turtle.
Yes, that's how we got
now
here.
Own them. They are our children. And
except Merlin is a 2-timing whore who has 2 mommies. Yes. And not in the happy we're a lesbian family way.
No.
The I'm a 2-timing whore
and
way.
If she has just another mommy in the Backdoor Friends Facebook group,
she's probably got 20 other mommies
she has.
She is running a scam on all you people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is Merlin. She is my little girl. She is 15 meters long.
Over 50 feet.
Okay. So let's see where. Oh. See, a whale moves much faster than a turtle, obviously.
I think the turtle moves fast. I think he's just in the same area.
Okay. Now, remember that last we saw Merlin, she was heading east. And we thought, okay, she's making
go
progress.
East, young woman. No, she's doubled back.
She has circled around and is heading back towards Australia.
Girl.
Okay. Here we go. Now we're going to do.
Maybe she has a mommy in Australia who's calling to her as well. We don't know.
You know what's funny? These whales and this turtle would probably make it to Monterey faster than 90 days is over.
Probably.
The 90-day season, which is like forever.
Happy year.
All right. Title. Title is my little boy. He is loyal only to me, as far as I know.
As far as we know.
He's over 15 meters.
Again, over 50 feet.
And he is, let's see. Okay, so he's out of beach zone.
Oh,
remember,
good.
I was real scared he was going to beach himself.
Flop himself right on the shore.
He is now heading, you know what I'm thinking? It looks like he's heading west and she's heading east.
Are they going to meet up?
Meet.
Siblings. Yeah. They're going to have a little family reunion somewhere in the ocean.
They're going to meet and bitch about me.
Probably, because that's what your girls do.
And my parenting, yes.
Yes.
And one will be like, okay, Mom, I love you, Mom. And the other one will be like, where's the money for the coupon, bitch? Oh, guys. All right. Let me give you your coming up this week, because we always do on this show. So you got your final tell-all from Last Resort tomorrow.
Yes.
You got your Sister Wives free preview. If you're not on our $8 tier, you're not getting those full recaps. So you're getting a little snippet of it.
Just be prepared, though. The Last Resort will drop just a little bit later in the morning.
Yeah.
We'll drop just a little bit later in the morning.
We're recording it in the morning and then dropping it because we're going away this weekend.
Right.
Poly Family premieres. Very excited. So that will be out Wednesday. You're going to have mailbag on Wednesday. Do we have mailbag on Wednesday?
No.
Oh.
We haven't even put it out yet.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Forget that.
Yeah.
May 1st, you're going to have the Real Housewives 107. You're going to have Gypsy Rose.
Okay.
And then you're going to get Real Talk. And then Reality Roundup is back.
Yes.
This Saturday.
And Lockup.
And Lockup.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Amanda, any news from you?
Nope. Nothing from me.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening. This was a long one. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.